warm welcome from beautiful sunny Nelson. My name is Hannah Ray Seifert and we're down here at Te Hunanui Beach for the finals day of the Nelson Super Slam. This is the third event of 6 that make up the G.J.Gardner Homes New Zealand Beach Tour. We've been in the Mount, we've been in Gisborne and of course now here in Nelson, and we're in an action-packed day. We're live streaming the semi-finals and finals of both the men's and the women here on Sky Sport Next. So make sure you tune in, subscribe now so you don't miss any of the action, and let's see who can take it out here today in Nelson.
You know, there's a reason more customers choose one New Zealand company to build their homes. Trust.
G.J.Gardner have worked up and down the country for over 20 years now.
And they've earned a solid reputation with Kiwis.
And you've just voted them Reader's Digest Most Trusted Home Builder again. So, if you're thinking about creating the home you've always wanted, talk to the team at G.J.Gardner Homes, New Zealand's most trusted home builder, officially.
Hello and welcome back to the Nelson Super Slam tournament here in Nelson, sponsored by G.J.Gardner. I'm here with Sonia Tompkins, one of the players that you saw earlier, playing against Julia and Olivia earlier on in the semifinals.
Hi Josh, nice to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have you. So, what do you think of these teams, of these players? Because you've obviously played against both of them.
Yeah, well actually we haven't had the opportunity to come up against the Americans yet, but with 3 tournaments left to go, hopefully that will happen. McDonald and Tilly, I mean obviously they're playing together at this tournament, but they normally wouldn't play together, but at different times, yes.
Okay, yes, and then I believe someone told me, was it Julia who won the last tournament in Gisborne, or?
No, actually it was Olivia and her partner, Francesca Kerwin, actually beat Julia and her partner Shauna. And that's these matches against those 2 teams have been going on for a good 2 seasons at least, and it's always interesting to see the outcome. Very nice. All right, so we have Sarah Cyber back here to serve, start off the match. See what she'll do. A nice float. Straight to Olivia. Olivia will go up to the nice short pokey there and gets the first point of the match. Yeah, it's really hard to control that ball in these conditions. The wind's picked up even more. Julia back to serve right now. And that was, I believe, Ivy. The nice kill right down the line, just off the hand of McDonald there. Ivy serving now. Nice and tight for Olivia. They dig that. Beautiful. They go deep shot. And unfortunately, Julia pushes that a little too far. Yeah, that was a great hit by Olivia. She's definitely the powerhouse on our New Zealand tour. She's probably got the hardest swing of anyone. Yeah, clearly showing that there. Here's Ivy again. And that's out. Free point for the Kiwis there. Nice serve from Olivia. Sarah putting Ivy nice and tight, but there's no touch on that. Another free point for the New Zealand girls. Yep, obviously in beach volleyball that's called 4 hits. If it doesn't make it over the net, then it's considered fair, and that is not allowed. Nice serve from Olivia. And Julia caught with her hands kind of right in front of her chest. It was an awkward spot where that ball was coming towards. And it's really hard to read what the ball's going to do with all that wind floating around out there as well. Yeah, the wind having a major effect in this tournament so far. I don't think there's not been a windy day yet. And Ivy trying to put deep, but unable to do that. And Julia goes for the kill. It's a beautiful swing. Yeah, the hard thing too is normally there'd be a better end, but the wind is virtually coming across the court today.
Yeah.
So it's making it really difficult to
So there's
have that advantage.
neither side really has an advantage with the wind. Julia Tilley back to serve, sticking with her float. And a nice float serve. End up getting a free ball from it. And a beautiful shot from Olivia.
Yeah,
Those
great
nice
control.
Nice high line, deep shots. That's what we love to see. Julia still floating. And Ivy pushed that over, so another free ball for the Kiwis. See if they can capitalize on that. And unfortunately, no.
That ball just dropped down in the wind and unfortunately caught Olivia by surprise there.
Yeah, you've been able to see it in the last few matches especially. You'll see a player line up their hit and the ball will get carried up by the wind, just like it did on that serve as well.
That was a lucky out for the Kiwis there. Let's see if Olivia tries a float or a jump in this wind. Oh, she's going for the safety.
I think that's the right play. As I'm sure you saw in the men's match, there was lots of missed serves, and there's a nice kill by Ivy.
It was a great kill.
And yeah, it's good. I think the girls are playing a lot smarter and keeping the ball nice and controlled on those serves and not making any unforced errors.
Sarah back to serve.
A shake pass there. A difficult serve from
The husband
Sarah.
and wife.
Yeah. A little bit of miscommunication. It's out. Free point for New Zealand. (7-6) for McDonald and Tilley. Here comes Julia. The deep serve to Ivy. And they forced the free ball over, and I believe that tagged the line. 7-all, and there's a switch on the court. Ivy also going for the standing float. And that's carried out. 2 unforced errors in a row from either team.
If you're feeling confident with your serve in these kind of conditions, it's definitely a weapon.
She goes for the spin there. A nice block, and it's out. There's a point for New Zealand. Yeah, that's true. Especially with a float serve, if you've got a powerful float serve and you can use the wind, you can do some damage to the other team's defense or serve receive. And a shanked pass from Ivy from a hard serve, I believe, from Olivia.
That was very smart by Olivia. She just let the wind just help push that ball down nice and quick.
Yeah, great play. Here comes another spinner. There's a joust, and there's a huge block. Can she get it back?
Oh, great play.
Well, they can. What did they call?
Ah.
I believe he called a carry or a double. I'm not sure.
Couldn't quite see that one.
No, didn't see that call at all. But
that was great work by Olivia at the net. She really is quite statuesque when she's up there.
yeah, I'm sure she's a tall girl for sure. Nice push for Julia there. Smart play, keeping it in. It's another block, and Julia just outside of her reach there. It goes off her hand and onto the side.
Yeah, the one thing about Ivy, she's a smart player. She's really good at finding the gaps in the court.
She's very observant while she's up in the air. Serve from Sarah Cyber.
Made good use of that wind.
Yeah, a little bit of side spin on that ball as well. Difficult to pass. See if she does the same again. Yeah, a little bit of side spin. Nice shot, but Sarah's there. Ivy putting her up, and it's out. That is another point for the Kiwis. They're pulling ahead now, and I believe that is our technical timeout. So we'll be back in about 45 seconds. We'll see you guys soon.
You know, there's a reason more customers choose one New Zealand company to build their homes. Trust.
G.J.Gardner have worked up and down the country for over 20 years now.
And they've earned a solid reputation with Kiwis.
And you've just voted them Reader's Digest Most Trusted Home Builder again. So, if you're thinking about creating the home you've always wanted, talk to the team at G.J.Gardner Homes, New Zealand's most trusted home builder, officially.
If you love to compete, to move those feet, need somewhere to hide and seek, remove yourself from Control-Alt-Delete. There is a place to love, a little place to meet, in the middle.
And we are back. We just are back after our first technical timeout of this game. This is the first set, and McDonald and Tilly leave 12-9. And there's an ace. Cyber thought that was going long, but the wind and the float of the ball dropping it just inside the tape there.
Yeah, Julia doesn't often make mistakes. She's been doing this a long time now, so...
Yeah, I believe it says on her portfolio she's been doing this for 11 years now, so just over a decade. It's a lot of volleyball. And that's out. Another good point for the Kiwis.
It's fortunate for the Kiwis to come back after that technical timeout. They've come to what we would probably consider the better end, but as I said earlier, there isn't really a big difference.
No, and volleyball's a game that can go either way very quickly. A nice swing, and Sarah's unable to get that up, and Julia capitalizes on that. Julia going back to serve now. I'm sure she'll stick with the float.
It's her signature.
And beautiful hard float, giving the U.S. a little bit of trouble, and no problem for Olivia as she puts that free ball away. As both the U.S. are close to the net. And there's... sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say I was surprised to see that shot from Olivia. It was smart, but normally she'd take anything like that and just smash the ball back in.
Yeah, it's good to see some calculated plays, and I believe that was a timeout for the U.S., so we will be back right away again.
If you love to compete, those feet, need somewhere to hide and remove yourself from Control-Alt-Delete. There is a place to love, a place to meet, in the middle.
And we are back. So we've just left, and the U.S. have chosen to take a timeout to try and stop what is the relentless Kiwi attacks. Hopefully it pays off for them here as Julia goes back to serve. She's been very consistent so far, so I'm not sure that timeout will throw her off, but we will see. And I didn't think so. So Cyber going for that swing, but Olivia read that like a book.
That was a great block.
Just that down easy.
Yeah, in these conditions, to be honest, if you can get your serve in, you've already almost won the rally.
Yeah.
It makes it really difficult receiving and controlling in this kind of wind.
And that's the nice thing about watching this girls' volleyball so far is they're not really missing serve, so it's lots of opportunity to watch lots of volleyball. It's good.
Exactly.
And a beautiful shot right in between them. Looks like they weren't communicating very well back there. And the Kiwis have now doubled the points of the U.S. team. Going deep with that one. Ivy gets a nice pass. Gets set up, but chokes on that shot as well. Looks like it drifted a bit from the wind. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think she brought her body just around a little bit too much, and from playing earlier, it's definitely the ball reaches a certain height above the net, and then anything can happen. it's moving a lot.
Yeah, and especially when you're trying to make those sharp shots, it's quite difficult in these conditions. It's easy to mess them up. And a nice shot down the line for Ivy, trying to redeem herself here.
Yeah, that was smart play by the Americans. Let's see what Ivy can do with her serve from the good end.
So you're saying this is the good end then for serves?
It's better, yeah. Not by not,
Just
but
because people are right-handed, or?
no, the wind is slightly coming to that corner.
Okay.
It's mostly coming across the court, but then into that back corner. As you've seen most of them serving from that corner as well.
Yeah, that's true. Spin from Olivia. Yeah.
Great use.
It's a beautiful late right down the line. Very difficult to pick up, especially with the wind. And that will be the first set of our women's gold final. We'll be right back after a few words from our sponsors.
If you love to compete, to move those feet, need somewhere to hide and seek, remove yourself from Control-Alt-Delete. Walk new streets, allow yourself to fall in deep. Elevated heartbeats, feast and drink it all in. There is a place to love, a little place to meet, in the middle.
Finishing 21-11 or 21-10. It was quite a blowout, for lack of a better term. Hope to see a response from the US here and have a nice tight second set here. Get some good volleyball.
Yeah, I think a big difference in that for the Kiwis was the consistency of particularly Julia Tilley's service. And, you know, Olivia was stepping up as she always does at the net as well. Got some great blocks and still putting some power behind that ball, even though, you know, the conditions are such that it's a little bit harder to get up and read what the ball's going to do off the set.
Yeah. So let's see if Cyber can do something with the serve. And she does throw him off a bit, but a smart shot from Julia. Sarah gets jousted and, of course, loses that as Olivia's quite a bit taller and very dominant up front.
Look, even on the fingertips, eh? She must do her press-ups from them.
Here comes Julia again. Their even keel serve, and
Ooh, just
that's
long.
unlike her. Just long. I believe that's her first missed serve in the match, so nothing too crazy, and very unlike her. Ivy Schmidt now serving. A nice short serve, but a good return by the Kiwis.
Oh, nice
nice
touch.
up. And
Sarah just couldn't quite get the control after Ivy's touch on that one.
yeah, she just got enough to put it up, but didn't direct it well enough and get enough height. And it was a tough shot, so it's hard to convert on those. Here comes Julia, or Olivia.
Olivia.
Ivy putting it close for Sarah here. And I
just
believe
out.
that is just out. And yes, it is.
I'd really like to see the Americans fight back in this one. They've been playing well throughout the tour.
Yeah.
Mount Maunganui, they played Olivia and her partner Francesca in the semi and came back to win that, and then went on to play Julia and her partner in the final, and it was a great match.
So we were saying they still got it in them.
Oh yeah.
They still could bring it back. And that's what I've always been saying, is you never know what's going to happen in volleyball. It'll change with the snap of a finger. Nice up. Keeping her off. She goes for the deep bump over the net. Olivia tight to the net and pokes it just in front of Ivy. Ivy calls for an open hand tip there, but I believe jabbed it with her fingers and was not directed in any way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but she was on the net.
Yeah.
I'm not
A
sure
bit of
if
everything.
oh, they did call it back. So US serving now. Nice shot. Ivy picks that up easily. Nice block, and Olivia's just dominating at the front line there.
That's ends now, 5-2. Kiwis going to what would be probably the not so good end, but as I said earlier, it's yeah, anything goes today with the wind the way it is.
Julia looking nice and calm before a serve. A beautiful serve it was. Ivy going for that deep shot, but Julia was right there. Julia goes to the short and catches them both flat-footed.
Ah yes, the Julia Tilly. Loves that little knuckle shot just over that line.
It's almost impossible to get as well. Well, the Kiwis continuing to pull along with this game and seem to be taking it, make it their own. And it's going out. It didn't even make it over. Wind didn't help them out that time.
Ivy did well not to touch the net, but yeah, couldn't quite control it enough to get it over. Timeout to the USA.
Alright, we'll be back shortly, just after a few words from all of our supporters here.
You know, there's a reason more customers choose one New Zealand company to build their homes. Trust.
G.J.Gardner have worked up and down the country for over 20 years now.
And they've earned a solid reputation with Kiwis.
And you've just voted them Reader's Digest Most Trusted Home Builder again. So, if you're thinking about creating the home you've always wanted, talk to the team at G.J.Gardner Homes, New Zealand's most trusted home builder, officially.
All right, and we're back after US's first time out of this set, and I guess one and only time out, I should say. Let's see if they have opted for the right idea here and get something out of it. Ivy gets a nice shot. Julie gets it up and just out. Almost there.
Yeah, just no control off that one arm.
No.
I think she's kicking herself because I think she knows she could have got there with two arms. Had a bit more control.
Yeah, and usually you can. It just feels a lot easier to get that one arm out. Oh.
Great serve by Ivy.
That wind taking it just wide right to the line. Difficult decision to make. US now within 3. And that's wide or long.
Here comes Olivia. Let's see if she tries her jump serve. No, she's going to do a float. Probably a good call.
Changing it up, keeping it steady now. Oh, and that was a nice deep shot. I think just tagged the back line.
Yeah, it's quick play by the Americans, but it worked.
A nice serve from Sarah there. And a beautiful hit from Olivia. Catches the back line as well. Seems like the Americans aren't communicating very well on their defense. It's been a few times the ball's just dropping right between them or going right by both of them and they're both just looking at it. I'm not sure what's going on there. Deep serve from Julia. See if Ivy can capitalize on that. And it just catches the tape and goes short. Wonderful play.
The little sniveler rolling across the tape.
Oh yeah. No chance there we would have been able to catch that. Nice serve from Julia there. My apologies, Ivy.
That was a great play by the Kiwis. Nice back set by Olivia.
Yeah, well placed right over the block. Oh, back to the spinner. So it must be the side that she's chosen to
feeling a
spin
lot
on
more
only.
comfortable.
Yeah. A nice block again. I believe that's her 7th this game, and she doesn't seem to be letting up on those. I'm sure we'll see more of this match. Oh.
That was great use of that wind. It just, she went for the deep and was relying on the wind to bring it in, and that's exactly what happened.
It did, and It looked like Sarah was a little unsure whether it was in or out and pulled her hands back a little too late. And that one lands just in. Maybe not. Oh, it was.
It was.
Okay, it was. So I thought. Sometimes difficult to see from here, but unfortunately ending that streak for her there.
That was a good run by the Kiwis though. Let's see what the Americans can do.
Yep.
They can just hold on to the serve and make use of that wind.
But their passing, the Kiwis passing has been pretty perfect so far this game. They've really been not giving the Americans a chance to get a run, and that tags.
Yeah.
Very close shot there.
Well done. It's not looking pretty, but if they can get the points,
Yeah,
who cares?
exactly. Doesn't matter how you get them. And that is our second technical timeout of this game. We'll be back in just under a minute, and we'll see you soon.
If you love to compete, to move those feet, need somewhere to hide and seek, remove yourself from Control-Alt-Delete. There is a place to love and little place to meet in the middle.
And we're back just after that brief technical timeout there. Kiwis are up right now in the second set and have already won the first. US has the serve currently. Let's see if they are able to continue to use it to their advantage and climb themselves back into this set here.
Well, it's always nice to see a three-setter in a final. You know, want to see the teams really fighting for that number one spot.
Exactly.
We saw it in the men's final, which was fantastic. The Kiwis coming back after losing the first set and taking out the game.
Exactly.
And starts with an ace by Sarah. See if she can do it again.
US was out by 6, now closing the gap to 4. And Olivia picking that nice short corner, and Sarah not able to make it there from her serve in time.
Yeah, it was great vision by Olivia, seeing that little gap down in the front of the net.
And getting the ball back to Julia to continue her reign of terror with her wonderful float serves. Ivy going for the roll, and I believe that just tags. Nothing Olivia could have done about that. I believe it just went right over her hands, and it was a very well placed shot.
She's happy with that.
Still within 4. And I believe that's out.
Oh.
Yeah. It's too bad. Can't go on a run when you're missing those serves.
There's been a few service errors by the Americans.
A deep shot, and the ref calls that in.
Let's see what Sarah can do from the good end.
Still opting for that standing float. Both the Americans seem to enjoy the comfort of that, and she drops the ball.
Oh dear. Yeah, once you've tossed that
Pun
ball,
intended.
and it's once it's left your hands, you must hit the ball. You can't catch it again. Rookie mistake.
Ivy trying to redeem her partner's mistake there. Pushes it deep, and it goes
Oh,
out.
and out.
Right idea, but just a little bit too much force on that hit. Kiwis looking like they've taken this game. I don't want to bite my tongue, but I think it's not looking good for the US.
No, I mean overall it's been a great game considering the conditions and the windiness, but the Kiwis have just shown that little bit more ball controls, particularly on their first and second balls.
Missed serve from Julia there.
Sure, Olivia will be asking for an ice cream at the end of this game after Julia missing that one.
Yes, that would be quite nice. It may be windy, but it's quite hot outside. The sand's quite warm, and Sarah unable to make that dig as well. I'm not sure you can see in the background there where the skies are kind of gray, and there's a storm blowing in, so the winds may pick up. Nice serve from Olivia. Sarah setting up Ivy. Ivy gets blocked by Olivia, and there we go. That is 19-12 for the Kiwi. Kiwis looking for 2 more points to close out this set and win them their gold medal.
Yeah, it's been a great block by Olivia. She can just keep that up and block the game out. She'll be happy.
Keep serving strong as well. It's an easy shot for Ivy to take.
Ivy's
Julia.
like, not this time, Olivia. I'm going to go over you.
And Julia, of course, not anticipating that shot, and Ivy gets the point. US down, but still not out.
A little bit of an overset
block
by
That was
Olivia.
a nice top, and she capitalizes it. And I believe it's in. Yes, it is.
Kiwis did well to keep that alive, but just not the control in the end, and Ivy put it away.
Yeah, just a little mistake. Putting it over. Julia sets up Olivia for a nice hit. Let's see if she rolls it. And has to go over here. And a nice shot by Sarah, giving her teammate lots of time to recover. Julia gives a free ball, or Ivy gives a free ball. She goes to the line shot, and she gets blocked, and just a bit of one-arm business. Unable to get it back over off to the block from Olivia.
That was a great rally. And the win by both.
That's what this is.
Okay, match point.
Match point, and Julia being so strong this whole time with Oliver missing only 2 serves. I'm sure she'll get this one in. Let's see if it will be the last serve of the game. Sarah with a nice swing.
Sarah
And a
says,
beautiful kill.
no thank you.
She wants another shot at that serve.
Yep.
Perhaps it's Ivy. Ivy going back.
Serving from the good end.
Nice serve. Julia recovers it nice for Olivia, and Olivia puts a nice high roll shot in, and that is game. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Your gold medalists, Olivia McDonald and Julia Tilley from New Zealand. We're live here in Nelson. Thank you for watching the Nelson Grand Slam, sponsored by G.J.Gardner's Homes. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thanks for listening in.
We'll be back with you for the prize right after this.
Good job.
Interview. So don't go anywhere. We'll be doing the ceremony and the awards straight after this.
Julia, Olivia, the winners of the Nelson Super Slam. You must be feeling pretty good straight off the court, probably puffing a bit, but let's see what you think of that.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah, definitely a bit puffed, a bit windy today, but had a great time.
Yeah, very windy, so it makes it a bit crazy, but yeah, it was fun being in the backcourt and watching Liv get some of those big blocks, and yeah, it was a good game.
Absolutely, some fantastic rallies out there, and really awesome to see teams like coming over from the US for the whole of the New Zealand Beach Tour.
Yeah, for sure. No, they're great people. Awesome to have them there. I know their family's watching, so hi guys.
Yeah, it's awesome, and having those international teams just really lift the level of the game here in New Zealand.
Absolutely, and what's next for you guys? Are we going to see more of this pairing, or is it back to the status quo?
Oh, back to our home partners, I think. We'll just back to being competitors rather than teammates.
Yeah, we might give each other a little wink under the net every now and again, but yeah, back to our partners.
Awesome, thanks guys, and congratulations, the winners here today in Nelson. And that wraps up today's play. We've had an amazing action-packed day, and thank you very much for watching at home, and we'll see you for the next one.